Okay, so I'm going to take a minute to talk about cards, tarot cards, and oracle cards. I get a lot of questions about that. A lot of beginners ask me, what should I start off with? I want to start reading cards. What should I start off with, tarot or oracle? Is there any difference? Yes, there is a difference. Okay, so basically, tarot cards are not my personal favorite, and I'll tell you why here in a second. I much prefer oracle cards. I have tons of decks. These are just a handful of my favorites, okay? Maybe later on I'll go into detail about all of my decks, one deck at a time. But tarot cards, and actually my Rider-Waite cards, I don't know where they are at the moment because I'm packing some things, and I think I might have gotten them tangled up with something. But anyway, I do have Golden Girls tarot cards. Because I love the Golden Girls, I just thought that these were awesome. But anyway, tarot cards have 78 cards. They will have 78 cards no matter which deck you get. The tarot originally came about back in the 15th century. 78 cards. There are 22 major arcana, 56 minor arcana. They will always have the same meaning. It's a fixed system, okay? There's no room for interpretation. The 10 of Cups will always be the 10 of Cups. The 3 of Swords will always be the 3 of Swords. The meaning is the same. Now, depending on the deck you get, the artwork might be a little bit different, and that will probably be the only thing that is different from your tarot compared to her tarot. I've heard people say tarot. It's tarot. That's going to be really the only difference. Now, depending on the author, I want to say, or the artist that created the cards, they may try to impart a little bit of their, I don't want to say opinion, but, a little bit of their thoughts into the deck and maybe, shift it around a little bit. But the meaning is the meaning. This has its own, what's the term? Lexicon, language, I say lexicon. It is a very definitive lexicon. So once you read a book on how to read tarot, that's pretty much all that you're going to need to know for the tarot deck, okay? It's all the same. And I don't like being told what to do. I don't like authority. I don't like rules. I don't like somebody telling me to do something because then I'm going to turn right back around. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm one of those people. But as far as oracle cards, it's a very fluid system. Each deck has its own lexicon, okay? Very, very fluid, and that is what I like. There is no rules. Like when I sit down and you feel the pull, that you need to go pull a card. I can look at all of my decks, and depending on what I want to know and what's going on in my life right then, I am pulled towards a certain one. I'm usually pulled towards this one because I resonate heavily with the moon and moon phases. I'm a female, we all do. But I can go to whichever deck that I want guidance, depending on what's going on. Now, when you're reading it for somebody else, don't pick the deck for them, okay? I don't like when people do that. Oh, you need this. Well, you don't. No, they may not. Let them know what you have. Show them some photos and see which one they are drawn to. Whichever deck they are drawn to, that's the one that you need to pull from for them. And like I said, each one has its own different language. One of my favorites is the Starseed Oracle. Actually, all these are my favorites. But these cards are going to have a different meaning from these cards. These are different from these. These are different from these, and so on. It all depends on your background, where you come from. I really like this one. It's the Angels and Ancestors. Angels are our heavenly guides, okay? And in the spiritual realm, there are spiritual guides. Our ancestors are the ones that came before us here in the earthly realm. They give us guidance on earth. The angels surround us and protect us from, the I won't say the word supernatural, but, like from the spiritual realm, okay? So that's why I like this one, because I'm a big believer in angels. But anyway, we can take a look. I use this one an awful lot. All of the artwork is absolutely beautiful. And that's what I like about oracle cards. There is so much creative freedom here depending on the topic. All of this artwork is going to be different. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. And then each deck is going to come with its own book. It's going to give you a little introduction. It's going to tell you how to do certain different types of spreads. And then it's going to tell you what each and every card means, if it is upright, if it's reversed. And then it tells you, you know, the teaching that you need to take away from that card, what you need to do in your life to make things better or to get out of that situation that you're in. Is all going to be different. Now, one of the other questions was, which one do I use? I can't answer that for you. You know, I'm sorry, but I cannot tell you, oh, you need this or you need this. I can't tell you that. When you're online looking for cards, it's easier if you can look at them in person. But if you're online looking, don't just say, oh, that's beautiful, I want that one. Don't do that. Spend a little bit of time looking at all of them, okay? Read what they are about and, you know, give it a couple days. It's not something you want to just jump into. You know, each and every deck that I have is because I was drawn to it in a different way. So I love animals. You know, animals are my thing. So I was really pulled toward this one, the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. I had made a previous video showing you why I was pulled towards this one. And this book is going to be different from these books. Once again, it shows you the card, tells you all about it. Now, when you are pulling oracle cards, you can look on them. They have words on them. There's words. And if you don't want to have to sit there, you know, and do a reading for somebody and keep referring back to your book, you can read these words. It's pretty much going to give you a feeling of what the card is about. Okay, so that's the good thing about oracle cards. But anyway, I was going to show you some of my cards. Let's see, some of these over here. Let's see, which one is this? These are some old cards over here. These are some very old cards. No longer have the boxes. All right, this is the Druid animal deck because, you know, the Druids really revered animals. This is an old deck. This one's right at 30 years old. I'm 41. And it's funny that I'm holding cards that's almost as old as I am. This one's like 30 years old. Don't even have the book with this one anymore. Don't have the box. Let's see which other one. I think this one here actually is my oldest deck that I have. And these cloths actually represent something to me, which is why they're there. These are my animal medicine cards. These are right at 32 years old. Yeah, you can tell kind of like that old looking artwork there, but whoa, butterflies coming at me. Representing change. There's some change coming. And then let's take a look at these over here. These are my three oldest. These are, don't get me started on her, but these are the Healing with the Fairies Oracle from Doreen Virtue. I think these were published back in 2001. So they're right at 20 years old. Anyway, let's put this back. My cloth is crooked. But yeah, and somebody had asked me about my Golden Girls Tarot. So I will do a separate video on this where I'll open it up and I'll let you look at them. But yeah, the oracles, they're all different. The Angels and Ancestors has some beautiful artwork. Actually, I think all of them are beautiful. I'm about the Heart Guardian. There's the Druid. Hello. Let's look at that one again. Some mountains, a feather. And, oh, love foxes. Definitely my spirit animal. But yeah, we'll go through all of these later on. I like to keep my cards in boxes, in the original boxes when I can. Of course, those, I don't even have any more. But yeah, that's the way I like to keep them. I like to keep them in their own boxes on my bookcase with some crystals and whatnot, you know, to keep them free of negativity, anything attaching to them. This is a really beautiful deck, Starseed Oracle. I'm a big believer in the star seeds for my own personal reasons, but yeah. Anyway, we'll go into these later on. So I hope that that gave you some sort of answer, you know, as to whether or not you should read Oracle or Tarot. It is up to you. If you don't want to say that, you know, your cards are open to interpretation, or if you are afraid of making a mistake, which don't be afraid of that, but if you're afraid of making a mistake, you know, just get you a regular deck of tarot cards, study them, learn the meanings, and that'll be the easiest for you. And then once you are ready to branch out, to trust your own instincts and have a little bit more freedom about it, go with the oracle cards. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this one. If you would, please give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye.